Hello people, welcome back to the channel. This is another client transformation video. Now I am cleansing our face with bioderma cleansing water, and then I'm going in with the mehron skin prep just around the edges of her face, that is the hairline, the edges of her chin, just to combat any form of sweat. And then I'm also applying it on the T-zone areas, which is the nose and the eyebrows. Now I'm using the Glow Recipe moisturizer all over her face, and then I'm extending down to her neck area. Also, I'm going to be using the Makeup by Revolution moisturizer slash sunscreen. This moisturizer has sunscreen properties, so I'm going to be using it all over her face because she's going outside for a shoot. And then I just sprayed badescu setting spray, and then I'm using the Huda Beauty foundation. I'm going to be using 2 shades of foundation just to get our actual shade. Getting a person's actual shade is very tricky. You have to train your eyes. And also, if you notice, my client's face and chest slash neck is quite different, so I had to make sure that everything is looking blended. Now moving forward, I have already applied foundation, concealer, and then I'm trying to sculpt her face and set her face all together. I did brows off camera, so I'm going to be using the Kevyn concealer on the eyes as an eye base, and also using the Fenty Beauty powder as a transitioning color. After using it as a transitioning color, I'm going to be extending it down to the eyelids. Now we're creating a smoky eye to begin this eye look. I'm extending it down to the eyelids and blending as well. I'm also going to be using a darker shade of Fenty Beauty powder for the remaining part of the smoky eye look that we're going for. Now, after creating a smoky eye, and then I've gotten to the point where I know that yes, this is what I'm going for, I'm going to be using the luzta cosmetic eye pigment glue on the eyes. I'm going to be applying this glue to the eyelid, that is the exact places that I want the pigment to be placed on. Now when applying your pigment, you have to dust off the excess, which is what I'm doing right now. For this look, I'm going to be using 3 different shades of pigment, and I'm going to be strategically placing these pigments on the eyes. Now I'm using the first pigment at the middle of the eyelids. The reason why I'm starting with this, in fact, I always start my eyeshadow or pigment at the middle of the eyes because it acts as a basis for whatever eyeshadow, whatever pigment I'm going to be applying on the rest of the eyes. Now I'm going in with the second pigment. Now if you notice, I'm not just applying this pigment, I'm not just putting it on the eyes. I am applying the pigment and also blending these pigments together so that they can marry each other, they can look well blended. Now I'm going to be using this Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette just to create depth and dimension on the eyes. After applying this, I'm going to be applying my lashes and the rest of the eyes off camera. For the eyes, I couldn't finish it because my client was about to tear up, so I had to leave it halfway. Now I'm using the TOUI Cosmetics brown lip stain to line up the lips first of all, and then I'm going to be using the Agloom Beauty Cosmetics lip stain on the lips as well to create a very nice peachy lip color. Once I'm done applying the matte lip stains, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Clear Lip Gloss. Guys, I've been sleeping on this particular gloss. I've had it in my kit for a long while now, so I had to bring it in for this look. It's so good and quite affordable. Now I'm going to be applying this lip gloss all over our lips. Can you see how this lip gloss is applying so well? It's not even moving the lip stain at all. Like, man, I really like it. Now I had to do setting spray off camera as well. You can see that my client is tearing up. Well, it's one of those things. You would definitely have to encounter these things at some point. So I had to use tissue just to dry it up. And then I'm going in with this beautybay blush. Hey, this particular blush, in fact, there are some products that I have not really gotten into. Like, this particular blush is so good and very pigmented and quite affordable as well. Now, after a blush application, I'm going to just blend everything and make sure that there are no harsh lines at all. And then I'm going to go back in with my setting powder just to re-emphasize those cheekbones, make sure that everything is well structured. Now, this process, I'm not going to waste time at all. I'm just going to blend it out again. I'm going in with the Myrick's wet balm on the skin. Then as I'm applying it, I'm not applying too much pressure. I'm blending as well. I'm also going to be using this Fenty Beauty highlighter just on the nose to finish up the entire look and lock this look up. I'm going to be using the soap rose spray, chalotte spray, and then the mehron barrier spray. Now we couldn't finish the eye look because time was going and Kenny had to do his own thing. Can you see how this hair and makeup is coming all together? I had to finish the eye look off camera while Kenny was styling the hair. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you for sticking around. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on this look, and I hope you learned something. And this is the finished look, guys. Thank you.